I love exploration. Finding unique mobs and objects is what drives Minecraft's exploration system forward, always trying to find the next wonder. Although after a decade of playing Minecraft, even the yearly releases or update doesn't seem to satisfy my desire to find those wonders as I used to feel. So to correct this, I want to make an update dedicated solely to adding small unique features to all the major overworld biomes in Minecraft. For each biome there will be 4 unique additions, with any repeat features only taking up 1 slot of the first biome the feature appeared in. Are you ready? First is the plains. The plains will gain sticks, pebbles and leaf piles to help decorate the landscape, with a new friend too in the form of the pigeon. Pigeons are unique in comparison to the chickens as pigeons can fly and plant seeds. The seeds planted can lead to all types of plains fauna to be grown. At night, the pigeons will flock over to their nest and sleep. So cute! Second, in the forest, the hollowed bark from the 1.19 arc comes into fruition, having the ability to be climbed in and crawled through similarly to banks in other games. This gives the player the ability to hide from such mobs such as zombies and creepers, but not spiders and skeletons. The next feature is bears, being a more hostile variant of polar bears that are much rarer due to only spawning in bear dens. These creatures will make their territory clear by scraping the bark around them. If you see them, get to high ground. Bears are afraid of high objects, so they won't attack you if you're higher than the bear. Also, a wood pigeon variant will be added too to the forest. Third, the jungle will gain the glare. This mob from the previous mob builds will have the ability to hide in shrubs and will only attack in the daylight, effectively being the inverse of most hostile mobs. You can tame the glare by feeding the glare what it asks for when in non-hostile mode. Once tamed, you can use bus stems to carry the glare in sunlight, with the 2 reasons you keep a tamed glare being its ability to detect dark areas including moving towards unknown caves and the random jungle fauna the glare creates once per day, similarly to the cat. With the final features being higher plant growth for crops and thicker vines. Fourth, onto the mountains. The large pebbles will gain water gutters, small stone geysers that will occasionally launch water that, if the player is on, will launch said player 16 blocks into the air, with smaller variants launching the player 8 blocks and larger ones launching the player 20 blocks, leading to a condescending defeat. Gates will also be added to mountains, unique ores that can be used in crafting recipes to store experience. Although to get these grand experience scoring minerals, you'll need to get past wailing forces first. Heavy gusts of wind that'll blow you off a cliff if you're not careful. Fortunately for you though, sound will play right before the gale while snowflakes will move in the direction of where such a gale will launch you, which is necessary in balancing mountains high or value by adding a lethal threat. Fifth, deserts are becoming a lot more dangerous, with quicksand now being added to random sections of the desert, while the texture will be more obvious than the snowiest snow, making the basin much more easy. Quicksand makes up for such faults however by being quick to suffocate you, although slower to sink, only being hastened by fast movement. Additionally, if you hate Husk, you're gonna hate this feature as all farms in the desert will take longer to release a yield than other biomes, needing packed ice to have normal farming speeds. The desert will also gain some atmospheric additions too, like sand gulfs and sanded block variant. 6. If deserts have become hostile, then caves have become much more hostile. First, the cracked stalagmites. Walk under a cracked stalagmite and you'll become as impaled as Blood the Impaler's enemies. Next are piranha plants. These piranha plants hide, blending into the fauna of the Lost Cave. If you get too close, the plant will bite you, preventing you from moving while using venom to lower the durability of armor heavily, with said venom only damaging the player when no armor is on. If say you can keep the piranha plant in a pot, being able to feed the piranha plant anything to get rid of blocks. The final feature to caves is dripping lava from blocks and stalagmites dealing damage. Quite minute, but still fearsome on low health from another much grander threat. 7. Snowy Tundras are a very cold climate. As a result, staying in the climate for too long without heat will lead to frost damage. best to be strapped with a torch and a furnace for desiccation to help warm up. In addition to that trouble, ice stalagmites will litter the trees that will break a few seconds after being walked past. Not as deadly as stalagmites, mind you, but without a helmet you might become one of Blaggy Impalus. Okay, I'll stop. I promise. Third feature to a biome is needing to keep plants warm using torches to grow plants. And now, onto the final cold feature, penguins. Penguins will skirt their tumskers around the ice, being an alternative, more cute and soul-grappling way of getting feathers. They drop more than pigeons, by the way. Also, just because I'm not including ice spikes as a biome, there will also be snowier versions of some blocks like logs and stone to make up for the exclusion, similarly to previous sanded blocks in the desert. Eighth, swamps and mangroves will merge together, creating a biome combined with these biomes that, don't worry, will have a muggier, more brighter texture for mud, with the current texture for mud being used for muggier mud. A mud that effectively acts like a soul sand by hindering the speed in the most inconvenient of ways, but fortunately isn't too common to find in the dirty Isles of Sick. The third feature will be mangrove roots finally decaying, so that such cluster messes are not annoying offsets to collecting red wood. The final addition is poisonous oak. This oak is very sickly. If mined, the player will be damaged by the resource once broken, acting as the only block in the game that can hurt Steve when broken with his fist. A perfect trap resource for sure. Ninth, savannas will be gaining mostly mob-based additions by adding ants, elephants, hippos and creep flowers. Ants will come out of dirt mounds in packs, aggroing if the player attempts to take items that the herd is carrying to the nest, get too close to the nest in sight, loot the nest or attack the ants. But why will you attack such a deadly collective, you might ask? For their plunders, of course. Food, items left from an ancient civilization and more will be left in these loot dens. Just be ready to run at max speed once collected, alright? Hippos and elephants will act quite similarly to each other, bulky mobs that while neutral deal equal bulky damage if attacked, with the only reason you'd attack such a colossal prey being the high bone drops, typically dropping between 4 to 7 bones once killed, and even dropping bone blocks. The final addition is creep flowers. These flowers will make a miniature explosion once stepped on and will reproduce more seeds through bomb launches. Based on the greenish texture, it seems obvious that this plant may actually be how creepers are born, with such plants being a great way to harvest gunpowder, or use as a way of Sherlock Holmesing yourself to prey. 10th, Badlands contain mainly old features from the good old mob boat. Vultures that take your items once you're dead, for example, and tumbleweeds that act mainly as decoration, little items like that. But even smaller, minute, multicoloured terracotta pebbles will be added to the game. Nice decorations that work great for landscaping decoration, leading to micro puddles being the final micro addition to this micro biome. While lakes can't spawn in this biome, puddles can, being the only way to collect water in these very dry biomes. 11th, oceans are a mob-only inclusion, gaining whales, swordfish, a change to glow squid's effect, and atmospheric plankton. Whales acts as a boss mob, giving high flesh and bones once deleted, but requiring a boat-only battle as whales won't spawn or go near islands, sometimes creating temporary whirlpools that will suck you in and will do bass damage that will one-shot anyone without perfect armour. Rarely, you may get eaten, in which you will be thrown into the stomach and will be given a chance to fling yourself back out through the water hole, if you can be faster than the stomach acid. Next, swordfish are an aggressive mob with iron sword levels of damage. Once defeated, the mob will drop as an item itself, being able to be used as an ultra fast walker longsword that is very slow on the surface but very fast in water. Glow squids will be changed by gaining the psychedelic effects of luring players similarly to Siren folklore, where simply looking at the mob invites the player to swim closer and shiny. The final and last addition into this fictional update is the Plankton, an atmospheric 1-pixel mob that gets eaten by other fish in order to better show the circle of life while adding a little bit of much needed ambience. And with what? This update was mainly added as a way of making all overworld biomes have more unique items to discover, bringing out that feeling of there always being a new wonder to find in Minecraft, a game that is never mastered in knowledge. And for that, I think the Biomers fictional update succeeds. Anyway, have a great day my friends and sayonara!